Got to be real.
Be real. Be real. Well, I'll tell you guys one thing. I preferred the promotion for this. Mayhem. Sounds good. But other than that, what absolute nonsense has been announced. Mayweather versus Maidana 2. First of all, let's take a look at Mayweather's options, what he had. The options he had, right, realistically, if he wanted to, he could have made these fights. He could have fought Triple G at £160. I know he's got an opponent announced, but he could have changed his date. And the argument, and he could have announced it before and started with the negotiations with Triple G before he announced that fight. He didn't want to fight him because it's at £160, which is, these isolated excuses are fine. But when it's an excuse after an excuse after an excuse, then it's not fine. So Triple G is too heavy. Erislandy Lara is facing Saul Canelo Alvarez, okay? Mayweather could have opted to start talking with Lara before the Canelo fight was announced. Or he could have waited to see who the winner of Canelo and Lara was. The fight's literally a few days from now. He could have waited for the fight to happen. But he didn't want to wait for the fight to happen and then make it as his announcement, even though he's waited so late anyway. Because in case Erislandy Lara looks tremendous against Canelo, then everybody will be saying Mayweather fight Lara, but obviously stylistically that's an extremely difficult fight. So what Mayweather's done, he's avoided Lara in that sense by announcing this fight, Mayweather Maidana, now. So yeah, that's that. That's Lara out of the equation. Canelo's also out of the equation because Canelo lost in emphatic fashion anyway. But then Miguel Cotto, Cotto put up a good fight against Mayweather. He's looking good with Freddie Roach. Although I wouldn't have liked to see this fight. I think that was a better fight than this fight. But still not something that I'm interested in, to be honest. But yeah, Cotto was another person he could have opted for, but not something I'm interested in anyway. Then we've got Keith Thurman. There was Sean Porter before Sean Porter announced Kell Brook. Yeah, he'd have to vacate the title, but that was a fight that could have got made had Mayweather started the negotiations before Sean Porter announced the Kell Brook fight. But Thurman and Porter aren't big names. Okay, there's another excuse. Then we had Amir Khan. Amir Khan, I felt, was the best option for Mayweather to fight in late 2014. However, he's not for Amir Khan because Amir Khan has Ramadan, and because Amir Khan has Ramadan, that gives Floyd Mayweather an excuse to say, no, I'm only fighting in September on the Mexican holiday, and that is it. First of all, right, Amir Khan versus Mayweather is not going to do tremendously well in Mexico anyway. Amir Khan is going to attract a totally different type of crowd, right? And where he loses out in Mexico, Mayweather would easily be able to make up in the mainstream, and it'd be a huge fight because the names Mayweather and Khan are mega. To mix them both together, right, will give you a huge pay-per-view, in my opinion anyway. You'd have the UK behind it. It'd be mega in the UK. He could have come to Wembley to do it, but he didn't fight Amir Khan because Amir Khan he has to do Ramadan, right? Because it's a religion, it's what he believes. He has to do it. Okay, he hasn't opted to it. He has to do it, right? And Mayweather could have easily pushed the date a little bit forward by a month, and Khan would have gladly faced him, but Mayweather chose, no, I'm fighting in September. Okay, so that's Khan out the window. Then there was Timothy Bradley, and there was Manny Pacquiao. Now, Timothy Bradley and Manny Pacquiao with Top Rank, and although Golden Boy are now doing business with Top Rank, Mayweather decides, no, I'm going to carry on my beef with Bob Arum so I can avoid half of boxing. Do you know what I mean? Because literally, Top Rank is pretty much, am I right in saying that Top Rank is pretty much half of boxing? And you got Golden Boy, you got Top Rank, and that's the two, right? And Golden Boy wanted to do business with Top Rank, yet Mayweather Jr., right, being the cherry picker that he is very clever, saying that I won't do business with a certain promoter, right, who has like half the stable of fighters. Do you know what I mean? He has Bradley, he has Pacquiao, he has he's got so many fights. He's got fighters at 140 as well. He's got fighters at 154. He's got numerous fighters, but Mayweather Jr. So what he does is he says, I'm not fighting top ranked fighters. So boom, he avoids them. All of them. Alright. Now, if you're a Mayweather fan and you rate Mayweather, fair enough. Okay, you know what it is? I rate Floyd Mayweather Jr. for what he's done in the sport of boxing, in terms of whoever you put in front of him, a world champion, he's beaten them. I give Mayweather Jr. credit for that, but he is hurting the sport because he isn't fighting the best. He's fighting good opposition, but he isn't fighting the best. If you're going to call yourself the best ever, you should fight the best out in your era. Has he fought Pacquiao? No. Has he fought Bradley? No. Is he fighting Amir Khan? No. And people are saying that, look, right, Maidana would beat the majority of these guys. Look, that is the most ridiculous thing ever, because Maidana can't beat Mayweather Jr. Can anyone sit there and tell me that Maidana's going to beat Mayweather in the rematch? No, no. He's not going to beat Mayweather Jr. in the rematch. Mayweather Jr. already made the adjustment, and it's going to be a shitfest. And, excuse my language, I don't mean to swear, but, you know, it's going to be a really rubbish fight. And the thing is that, even if Maidana, right, could go in and beat Gennady Golovkin, Amir Khan, Manny Pacquiao, Sean Porter, Keith Thurman, say Maidana could beat all of them, he ain't going to beat Mayweather. But what you guys refuse to let into your minds and refuse to understand is that just because Maidana can beat some of them fighters, right, does not mean to say that them fighters can't beat Mayweather. Just because, say, for example, like, how to explain this? Look, Maidana, say, for example, Maidana beats Pacquiao. That doesn't mean to say that Pacquiao can't beat Mayweather just because Maidana loses to Mayweather. Because styles make fights, guys. Styles make fights, and different styles. You know, Mayweather Jr. just refuses to fight a boxer. I mean, announcing the Maidana first fight was bad enough, right? I thought he won it by about at least a couple of rounds. There's only 12 rounds in boxing. If you're winning 8 out of 12 rounds, that's a lot of rounds. And I had him winning by that much. This rematch does not make sense. It's going to do really, really bad in pay-per-view. Really bad in pay-per-view. He should have fought Amir Khan or Manny Pacquiao or Bradley or Thurman or Sean Porter or the winner of Lara and Canelo. But he hasn't done. So, you know, you can make an excuse for one isolated incident, but across the board, he has an excuse for everything. Let me know what you think. Comment section below. Subscribe as always. I would have rather seen another fight in a bit.